What a movie Pirates of the Caribbean is, but let me tell you one thing. If you've got any movie plans on Saturday, you better postpone them all, suspend them all, because there's only one movie to watch on Saturday. And that movie is called Roma against Lazio inside the Stadio Olimpico to decide who the patron of the city of Rome will be. Let me just, I did something. I messed something up. Hang on a sec. I messed something up. I leaked it again. Oh my god, I hate this. I always do this, don't I? I always do this, don't I? I leaked it again. But yeah, forget about that. Derby preview. I don't like the pre of a derby. I always say this, but the pre of a derby makes me sick. The days coming up to a derby make me sick. There was this feeling. I woke up this morning and I was like, do I want to throw up? Do I want to not throw up? It's not good. It's not good because of the responsibility, because of the rivalry. And we discussed about this rivalry on Monday evening. Today I want to speak about the game, the details of the game. I want to speak about Lazio. I want to give our predicted 11. And also further emphasize what it means for De Rossi to play this game and be the manager of Roma in this game. And how it can influence this game and the way the boys play and turn up on Saturday. But look, I always say this, and this time I really mean it. This time I need everybody watching this video, if it's live or not live, to hit the like. Us, all want 100 likes on this video because we've got the derby on Saturday. And the only way you prepare for a derby is by smashing the like. Smash the like button, and let's get into this. Look, favorites, non-favorites, it's that game where you just can't tell because form goes out of the window, fitness goes out of the window, quality of players, yes, can ultimately decide games, but that also goes out of the window in such a game. What decides a derby is very simple. What decides a derby is the mentality, the attitude in which the players turn up on that pitch, and what decides a derby are moments. Moments decide derbies, whether this is the London derby, the Rome derby, or the Budapest derby. It's about moments. It's about how each team is good enough at exploiting each other's mistakes. Whoever does that the best is gonna win this game. It's as simple as that. But I wouldn't exclude a draw. And why I wouldn't exclude a draw is simple to analyze. It's because both these managers are new managers. Both these managers, especially Tudor became a Lazio manager 2 weeks ago. De Rossi became a Roma manager 2 months ago, 3 months ago. So yes, of course, they know what a derby means for both teams, especially Daniele De Rossi. But it's, you're a new manager, you really don't want to lose this game, which is why a draw can happen, which is why I can see a blocked game. Both teams scared to lose. Both teams aren't brave enough to attack and start scoring goals. And I see a blocked game. I hope it's not going to be another boring derby 0-0. But I see a draw. And I would definitely say that I see a low-scoring game more than a high-scoring game. I think high-scoring games in a game which no team wants to lose, and the fact that new managers especially don't want to take the responsibility and the consequences of losing this game, I can see a draw. I can see a blocked game, no doubt. But that is where us, Roma, the players and De Rossi need to realise that we need to get back winning derbies. And this is the perfect way to do it. We're playing at home. the stadium is ours. Of course, there's going to be the Curva Nord, which is Lazio's, but the majority of the stadium is going to be red. The majority of the stadium is going to be ours. We haven't scored in any of the last 4 derbies. We haven't won any of the last 4 derbies. This is the moment to break the record. Furthermore, this game is a game which both for Roma and Lazio decides the season. Because whoever loses this game is completely out of the Champions League. Lazio more than Roma, but I also think Roma. If you lose this game, you're out of the Champions League. If you lose this game, you are out of the Champions League and your season is coming to an end in a very quick note. Lazio, if they lose, obviously, if Lazio lose, they're done. If Lazio lose, Roma would go like 8 points ahead of them. And Lazio still need to play against Inter. They still need to play against... they played against Juventus. Who did they play? They still need to play against... Atalanta. So yeah. No, I think they did play. I don't know Lazio's calendar, but they do have a tough calendar as well. Yeah. Winning this game means advancing ahead of them, building a massive gap from them, and ultimately knock them down from the Champions League train. This is what winning this derby means. And narrowing the race down to us, Atalanta, Bologna, and maybe, possibly, Juventus. So this is a massive derby. This is a derby which is worth more. It tastes sweeter if you win. It tastes bitter if you lose. That's with any derby. But yeah. Look, I want to speak about us because injuries are not back. We've dealt with injuries over these past few days. We have the majority of our team back. The only player who missed today's training session as a group is Sardar Azmoun. The rest all trained with the team. The rest all trained with the group. So they are ready to either play this game or make themselves available and handy for this game. There are some players which I don't think are going to play. Christensen, Tammy Abraham are players which are coming back from serious injuries. So I don't see them play this game, and I maybe don't even see them getting subbed into this game. But in terms of injuries, we've got the majority of the team back apart from Azmoun, which is going to be good. On the other hand, Lazio have a few players missing. Provedel is going to be out. Zaccagni is going to be out. And Rovella is also going to be out. So they've got missing tiles from their puzzle. They've got missing pieces from their puzzle. And they've got key players out for this game. Provedel, probably, in my opinion, as a Roma fan, the best player in that Lazio team, is going to be missing this game, and he's the player which has up to now saved Lazio on many occasions this season. And then the other player, Zaccagni, I'm glad he's out because he always scores in these games. Last time he scored on a penalty. Last year he scored with us. He knows how to exploit those moments where we make mistakes, and he can bury them. So Zaccagni, Provedel, and Rovella, very good player, also out, which is good for us. They do have their threats. They do have their good players. It's not like Lazio don't have their good players. They've got, the likes of Immobile. Again, I'm not going to be biased. I don't want to be biased. I don't want to sound biased and say that Immobile is terrible. But you cannot be scared about Immobile. Like, if you're scared about Immobile, then you might as well not even play this game. The only way Immobile scores against us is if he gives them a penalty. There is no other way Immobile scores against us. So I'm not scared about Immobile. I'm not scared about him. Other players scare me more than Immobile. For example, Pedro. Not that he's scared, doesn't play much, but in these games he always turns up. Felipe Anderson, not a massive player, but in these games he always turns up. Luis Alberto, now we're starting to speak facts. Luis Alberto, he knows how to, he's experienced, he's played many of these games, he's got that touch, he's got that technique. Guendouzi also. The biggest threats in my opinion are Guendouzi and Luis Alberto. And I would put Pedro in just because he feels the rivalry more than any others. And in these games, if you feel it, you score. If you've got that, if you breathe that rivalry, you score. And you celebrate in front of the opponents. So that's the reason I'd put Pedro in. Their defense, not bad, but we've faced better defenders. Gila is having a great season. Romagnoli is back having a bang average season. Provedel is not in goal. I don't see how we cannot win this game. On paper, our team is better than theirs. On paper, our team is 10 times better than theirs. You know, we've got, first of all, we've got a goalkeeper which is starting to make everybody aware that he can easily be one of the best goalkeepers in the league. He's still young, and I don't want to hype him, but he's performing really well, and he's saved us so many times over these past weeks. And then you've got, Mancini. You've got, unlucky we don't have Ndika, because if we had Ndika, it would have been great. Pellegrini, Lukaku, Dybala, these players can win us Saturday's game. They just need to turn up. They just need to make themselves big. Because if these three players single-handedly turn up, these three players single-handedly win us the derby. But the problem in these previous derbies with these three players is that they never turned up, which is why we haven't won many derbies lately, which is why we haven't even scored in many derbies lately. Dybala wants to find that first goal in the Roman derby. Lukaku, same. Pellegrini, after that beautiful free kick in 2022, 0 goals in these games. He needs to get back on that score sheet, and that's the way I see it. But without further ado, this is my predicted 11. I think I look at one lineup that De Rossi has picked since he became a Roma manager, and I pick one game which De Rossi has prepared out of the games he's managed as a Roma manager. And as a fan, you pick the Brighton game at home. That Brighton game at home was prepared beautifully. It was prepared perfectly under every single aspect. Defense, attack, counter-attack, goalkeeper, defend in some occasions, attack in some occasions. We need to copy the game plan of that game. We need to copy the layout of that game. Because yes, of course, Brighton don't attack like Lazio, and Lazio don't defend like Brighton. So of course it's going to be different, but if we play the same game we played against Brighton, we're going to knock them down easy. Which is why I copy the formation that we started with in that game, and I copy the players that we started with in that game. And the lineup that started against Brighton is exactly this, apart from one. Ndika played that game, Ndika will not be playing this game because he's suspended. Zvilla in goal, Spinazzola, Cilic on the two sides. I do not want to see Korzop and Zalewski. If don't even try putting Korzop and Zalewski in this game. Spinazzola knows these games. Spinazzola has played many derbies, and Cilic is better than Korzop. I've changed my mind. A few weeks ago, I was like, no. This time, I agree. I fully agree with everybody who says this. Cilic is miles better than Korzop. Korzop just drives me crazy with that shitty attitude that he doesn't want to play. Get him out. That's the last thing we need in a Rome derby. So, Cilic and Spinazzola on the two sides. Mancini in the middle, of course. And then next to him, we have options. Ndika obviously suspended. Huijsen, we know. Moments. Huijsen in the last derby decided their victory with that penalty. I'm not blaming Huijsen, but you need to know how to act in these games. You need confidence in these games. And I see Huijsen as still very, very young to start and feature in such a very high pressure, high attention game. Smalling, I would consider. He's played many of these games. He knows what it is. But the problem with Smalling is that he's not been playing much lately. So you can't ask too much from him. So I'd rather go safe and go Llorente. At the end of the day, he's coming from that banger against Fiorentina. You just never know how he turns up. Llorente does make his mistakes, and that's why, had there been Ndika, our defense would have been perfect. This defense is a bit weaker, but of course, you got to be confident. Llorente has his good games as well. Three in the middle, Paredes, Cristante, and Pellegrini. Now, I saw comments on yesterday's video going, if we want to win this game, Cristante needs to be benched and Aouar or Renato Sanchez needs to play. And I fully disagree. I fully disagree personally, and I also don't think that is going to happen because De Rossi will never start with Renato Sanchez or Aouar in a game that he feels the most out of all these lads, and he therefore doesn't want to risk. Renato Sanchez might be great at controlling the ball, but lately the attitude that Renato Sanchez had is not the attitude you want in these games, and similar to Smalling, his fitness and the fact that he hasn't been playing much lately suggests to me that he's not ready. Aouar, the reason I'm not starting with Aouar is because I want to start with Pellegrini, and I don't want both Pellegrini and Aouar to start this game. Simple reason being that would be too offensive, especially if we also want to start with El Shaarawy, Dybala and Lukaku. We need to keep balance. We need to keep balance. Of course we want to win, and of course we need to score, but we also need to defend, and balance is key. So Paredes, Cristante and Pellegrini, El Shaarawy, Dybala, Lukaku up front. Simple. Yellow cards. I really hope and pray that the referee on Saturday won't be one of those clueless referees who's gonna book players after 10 minutes. And as a Roma fan, I will try to be neutral here. I don't even want Lazio players to be booked after 10 minutes because it ruins the spirit of a derby. Of course, if one of my players gets booked after 10 minutes, I'll be fuming. If one of the Lazio players gets booked after 10 minutes, I will be honest in you and say that I will celebrate, but still it ruins the magic of a derby. A derby is physical. A derby is about hate. You cannot book a player after 10 minutes in a derby. It shows to me, if you do it, that you're clueless of what a derby means. There are no doubt going to be yellow cards in this game. There are no doubt going to be fights on the pitch, nasty slide tackles, but that's the spirit of a derby. So if you book a player after 10 minutes, it destroys the rhythm and the spirit of the game. So please, if you're watching this, whoever you are, I don't even know who is going to be the referee on Saturday. I know some fans were complaining, but I still haven't seen who the referee is. Please do not book players after 2 minutes after their first foul. Give them chances. It ruins the spirit of the game. And I'm looking at Mancini, I'm looking at Paredes. If we have a referee who books them after 10 minutes, Mancini and Paredes could risk getting a red card in this game because they feel it. It's normal for them to feel it. They hate Lazio. We hate Lazio. They hate us. It's normal. It's a derby. Bring the aggression on. Football is not ballet. Okay? So football's a physical game. We've decided to sign up for a physical game. Please let's not get this magic destroyed by these clueless referees booking players after 5 minutes. No, you can do that in a Roma Lecce game. You can't do that in a Rome derby. Dybala, El Shaarawy, Lukaku, simple. I look at that adding to Pellegrini and I see goals. I'd be very disappointed if we don't score goals. That to me means goals. Dybala needs to score in a Rome derby. He needs to pull that in front of Lazio fans. He needs to. This game is massive. He decides games. Does he decide big games? He does, but less than, little games. It's time for him to be decisive in these games as well. Show Lazio fans there at the stadium watching on TV what it means to be called Dybala. Make us proud. Make us proud. Show them what it means to have a player like Paulo Dybala on the pitch. You do you. You play your game. You win your game. You decide your game, Paulo, okay? So that's that. De Rossi. The last thing which I want to add is De Rossi. It's going to be very interesting to see how he feels and prepares this game. As a player, he's played many derbies, he's scored in many derbies, he's captained many derbies. But there was one thing that kind of describes De Rossi before these games. De Rossi before Rome derbies, when he was a football player, he felt them. He was nervous before these games. Why is that? Because he relates into this game. He relates into this game, and therefore, in the many derbies that he played, he was always nervous. He was always nervous. He was always anxious. He was always confident. But he always felt these derbies more than other players. Now that he's the manager, he's going to feel this derby even more. Because if you get something wrong and you're the manager, all the media is going to blame you and you're responsible for everything. So, part of this gasses me up because I'm like, this guy is going to mentally prepare these players like he's never done before. On the other side, I'm also a bit nervous for him because I'd be very surprised if he doesn't feel sick. This game, I don't know how to emphasize this more to you guys. I feel like I'm repeating every single time we hear the word the derby, I repeat this. But I really want to make you guys understand, who maybe have not experienced the Rome derby, what it means to live one, watch one, play one, win one, lose one. This game is not a football game. This game is about legacy. This game is about passion. You know, this game, if you're there at the stadium, you turn left, you turn right, and you see red pyros, yellow pyros, flags waving and all of that. You turn right, you turn left. My directions today, what's going on in my direction? You turn left and you see blue flags, blue pyros. This is passion. This is, you walk up those stairs into the stadium, you feel your blood pumping out of your veins. You feel it, you feel your heart, outside the derby, you feel this silent air of nobody wanting to speak. Nobody wants to speak. Everybody's scared. Everybody's nervous. Ask somebody a prediction, they will slap your face. This game is a game which winning is you're on top of the world. Losing means you're really just down earth. You're close to hell. So whoever thinks that this game is just 90 minutes, oh well, if we lose 90 minutes, we grow from it, we move on. No, because losing this game is going to influence our rest of the season. It's going to influence the behavior of fans, the attitude of fans towards these players. It's going to influence Thursday's game against Milan. If we win this game, imagine the confidence, imagine the parties. That is what a Rome derby means. That's what a derby means in every city. But we're lucky, I'm lucky to live in a city where football is big, the culture of football is big, and the passion for this game is even bigger. And I'm also lucky to support the first team of the Roman capital city. That's for sure. That's it. I've got nothing to add. I really don't have nothing to add. I would actually play Sanchez ahead of Cristante. He gets the ball forward quickly and he's more powerful runner from midfield. Says Saint. I wouldn't. I respect your opinion, mate, of course, but I wouldn't. If we put Dybala, Lukaku and Tammy up front and Pellegrini in the midfield will win this game, I'm not sure if Didier will start Tammy. No, Tammy won't start because Tammy ain't ready to start, and you can't start a player who's been out for 8 months. Not 8 months, but 6 months, 7 months. You can't start him randomly in the biggest game of the season. Gradual, depending on the result, he might get 10 minutes, but Tammy's never going to start this game. I can't wait for your reaction after your derby game. Don't forget tomorrow your reaction, bro. I love you. Thank you very much. Baldanzi. Hi, can you tell me if the new shirt is available in the store because I'm not from Rome? It is, but it's limited edition. I was there today because I was in the center of Rome and I went inside the store and the shirt is there, but inside that store there are only like 500 copies. So yeah, it is there and it's so cool. It really is cool. When you look at it in real life, it's way cooler than what it looks on picture. It's a really good kit. It is in the store. Hi, can you tell me where the bus will pass by? Viale dei Gladiatori. It's a must-win, says Giulio. Saturday will be ours, says Johnny. I take a point. Roma have done well under De Rossi, says Dino, which I guess is a Lazio fan. I'm in the shower watching this right now. That's how much I love your videos. Love it, mate. Absolutely love it. Speaking about Roma Store, let's do a little unboxing because this is actually a pack which Roma gifts season ticket holders. I forgot to collect this at the start of the season. I was in the store today when I was like looking at the kits and I was like, let me get this. It's been 5 months that I could get this. I don't know what it is. Let's unpack it together. It's free. If you're a season ticket holder, go to any Roma store, show them your season ticket and they'll gift you this pack for free, which I believe is a bag inside. It's a cool bag. It's not bad. Yeah, it's a bag. It's handy. This is what I love about this ownership. They gift stuff. This is very handy. It's a normal bag, but it's very handy when you go to the stadium, when you film challenges, you know, go to school, go to uni. It's a nice bag. It is indeed. You got the wolf. It's like a pee bag, peeing bag, gym bag. So it's not bad. So yeah, if you are a season ticket, then go to any Roma store and show them the season ticket, and I'll gift you that. Simo, I feel like it would be better quality if before you enter the stadium you ask people their prediction for the game, home and away fans, not just for this game but any game in general. Definitely, I agree. Yeah, definitely. It won't happen for this game, I can tell you now, because I don't want to ask people, because people won't tell me their prediction. It's just the way it is. Trust me, if you come to Rome Derby in the future, or if you're going to be there on Saturday, don't ask people for predictions. That's the tip that I can give you as a Roman. So I'll definitely do it in the future. But yeah, I'm not doing it for this game. Really, like, if you're a neutral YouTuber, like if Thogden goes to this game, then he might do that. But number one, I would never go in the middle of Lazio fans. And number two, I don't want to ruin the empathy of us, me and other Roma fans. You see what I mean? But I'll definitely try and do it for other games. Thanks for the suggestion, mate. With that being said, there's a massive announcement coming up on Roma Theory in a couple of weeks. A massive announcement is coming up on Roma Theory in a couple of weeks. So buckle your seatbelts, keep your ears wide open and eyes wide open, because there's a massive announcement coming on Roma Theory in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, bring the derby on. Stadium vlog will come. Press conference reaction tomorrow. Very curious one, so come back tomorrow to hear De Rossi's reaction. And yeah, hopefully we can also film challenge period. I want to film more challenges. Tonight I'm going to brainstorm some things, because I really want to film more entertaining videos, like the Alea Pilgrim one. I feel like you guys really like them, so I want to film more of those videos. I'm going to brainstorm some ideas tonight. But we've got a derby coming ahead, and the focus, the concentration needs to be on that game. My dear friends, hit the like. Everybody do it. If you're watching live or not like, 100 likes is how to prepare for this game. I'm going to catch you tomorrow. As I said, hit the like, subscribe, and if you're sick, don't worry. I'm also sick. Nausea is real bad. Nausea is real bad. We move. Talk to you soon. Simo out.